Breaking news, the markets are experiencing unprecedented volatility. A massive sell-off in early trading has triggered circuit breakers across the board. Breaking news, the markets are experiencing unprecedented volatility. A massive sell-off in early trading has triggered circuit breakers across the board.
Welcome back to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to show you over here on the left how yesterday's trade played out from the stream. Played out beautifully. We had that retest off that resistance turned support and a continued rally to the upside. I have noticed now we are currently in a 4-hour resistance zone, as well as, apologies for the noise, as well as a daily resistance, which is the yellow block, right, and a 4-hour resistance, the purple block, which I have annotated. Appreciate those already joining in. Notifications hasn't even gone out yet. Just started the stream. Welcome everybody. So we're just here looking at how the market is playing out. As you can see, we have been rejecting off of this resistance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times now. So if we do get a closure above, of course we would then target the next resistance, which would be a 4-hour zone, or sorry, a daily zone at the top. Else if we reject below, we can expect a little continued pullback down towards this purple region at 24,000. However, that's quite a big drop, and we have been staying, within our bullish channel or trend to the upside, steadily forming higher highs and higher lows. Let's see if we can get a rejection off of any of these levels today. My buyers would be bullish simply because of market structure and the higher time frame, right? However, just like this message says over here, once we close below the yellow zone, we can then look for possible sells. The orange zone then is an even higher time frame zone, which is a monthly time frame. So once we close below there, then we can expect an even bigger drop or move to the upside if that was to occur. The New York session did also just open 16 minutes ago. We saw just really moving sideways, consolidating, nothing much as of yet. Something like this would be quite nice as we stay within the channel and have at least that 1, 2, 3 risk to reward. At 4 hour and 1 hour forming quite a big top wick, with the 30-minute showing us some imbalance due to the small candlestick body. However, there is big wicks on both sides, indicating some indecision. This is normal with market opens or news events, stuff like this. And we are seeing a nice pushback up into our 15-minute zone as well as our 4-hour zone. So we have a little 15-minute resistance over here as well. And if we can close it above on the retest, I would look then for a long towards our next daily resistance. Just following the trend. Remember, the trend is your friend.
Seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Not the greatest amount of volume. Let me actually see. No red news today, so that's good. So unless Trump tweets or something happens fundamentally, or on Truth Social, I suppose market structure should just get followed as long as buyers close above our resistance zones over here. It'll just be the same story as yesterday, hopefully. Remember, we don't predict as traders, guys, we react what the market shows us. I do make mistakes. I do get things wrong. Welcome to everyone in the live chat. Ensure to be subscribed so you can drop a comment or be part of the live chat on YouTube. For those who are joining in on the live stream, I believe you need to only be subscribed for a couple of minutes to be able to chat and be active. Does seem like we're getting a tiny pullback now from our resistance zone. Nothing out of the ordinary though. I'm muted. I said that we did react or reject off of our 5-minute high there. However, on the lower time frame, seems like buyers pushing that price straight back up. Apologies. A little tongue twister there. We're just waiting to see, expecting a little pullback, possibly into our 1-minute support here, and then a push up to go fill that wick as well as close above our 15-minute blue resistance would be nice. And then of course we are waiting for that pull back into the zone or a retest back into our resistance after we've closed above it for that entry long. So there we retested the support as I've mentioned. Let's see if we can flip up now. Quite a deep pullback. These are quite nice if this candle does flip, as they do tend to form quite long bottom wicks, which tends to push the market quite nicely to the upside. Should you close with a nice strong bottom wick, or long bottom wick should I say.
Explore new ways to tune into your music with Spotify Premium.
Still forming higher highs and higher lows on the lower time frame, which is what we'd like to see. That continued market structure as mentioned for that continuation. You will also find generally trading with the trend, you'll catch a lot bigger moves opposed to if you try to fight the trend and force a sell if you're not getting confirmation for that short. Seem to be getting a little bit of a push there finally. 28 seconds for candle closure. Can we close above that resistance? Just busy tweeting out over here that I am live. For those who don't know, I have just recently started a Twitter account on X. Ensure to follow me up. Over there on the bottom left you can see LXP Baby is the username. Trading. There we do get that retest on the 1 minute time frame of our zone. One minute for this 5 minute candle to close. We'd need this 5 minute to close above within the next minute or so for sure. Would be nice to see. Eight seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. There we get that 15 minute and 5 minute closed above our little 15 minute resistance, which is good. Did have that retest on the 1 minute time frame, however I won't be surprised if we do get another little quick pullback to come sort of fill all these bullish candles on the left and a continuation. However, if you are in the live stream and have followed the explanation, you should already be floating in the profit. There's that little retest I was speaking about. Alright, this was a 15 minute resistance. So we had that 15-minute candle close, and then the next one, my bad, just retested, right, forming a bottom wick as we speak. There you go. Let me drop down to a 5 minute. You can see it maybe a bit easier. And then the 1 minute. We'd of course like to see an explosion now to the upside, or a stronger push, as this would show us that bulls are still in control of this market and plan to push price much further towards our next resistance, right? So we want this 5 minute candle that's currently bearish with that bottom wick to flip bullish, or for the next one to at least engulf it and close above for that continuation confirmation. There's that bullish flip in 5 minutes, still 2.5 minutes left. I like to see this. One minute 30 seconds left for this 5 minute candle. I would like this 5 minute candle to push up now and close above that yellow resistance we have on the left, or this that we are currently within, I suppose. There's the push. We'll pull back down onto our yellow resistance. And then I want to see that bottom wick being formed and us flipping bullish again. Thirteen seconds left. I will pull back towards the entry now. For those who might have missed the setup. I would like to, of course, see a continuation above the yellow zone. I see on the 1 minute we did close above, which is promising. Not on the 5 minute though, but it's alright. Coming back down to fold these candles now, and then within the next candle I'd like to see a reversal up. Just classic market structure, it has to come back down before it continues pushing up. Lovely bottom wick. Just up to this top of this yellow daily resistance is already 25 pips, which is quite a decent size move. So I'd say once we get to about 50 pips, could move our stop loss a little bit up higher to lower our risk. For now it's good though. That's the second retest, I suppose, or the first retest at entry, as we've entered on this retest. I'm lying, that was the second retest. We entered on the first retest here on the lower time frame, got confirmation that we did close on the higher time frame as well, and we retested right back down. We are seeing a beautiful push to the upside now, with on the 1 minute time frame, the previous candlestick clearly engulfing the bearish red candlestick, which is a good sign that the bulls are stepping into the market at this level and could possibly push price up, which is in our favor, which is what we'd like to see, of course. see we have formed a nice bottom wick, continually pushing up now into that 1 minute high on the left. Like to see a closure above our highs as well as our yellow daily resistance, from which then when we could expect a stronger or faster move to the top.
Smart Shuffle can weave in song recommendations for your playlists when you
Just blue screen, being profit. Not currently in this trade, just practicing patience and discipline. It's not an A+ setup. There's still a few things I'd like to see before I put capital on the line. The price action does seem to be playing out quite nicely. Push up finally into our highs and a push up past our daily resistance, which is quite nice. Let's see if we get quite a nice pump up today towards the next daily resistance, located all the way at 26,130 region. 5-minute candle engulfing the previous one beautifully, and look at that entry on the 15-minute of our resistance. Beautiful. Beautiful push. am expecting a little pullback from this support region over here. A flip would be nice on the next couple candles from this region. Let's see if we do get a flip, as we did close above our resistance. As mentioned, buys above, sells below. We did close above. We retested, and I'm expecting a continuation, of course, of market structure. And there's that push I was expecting. Yes, nice push to the upside. Need that continuation. 10 seconds left. Can we close up into these highs or above? 3, 2, 1. Nice little push. We're approximately 48.1 pips into the profit from the initial entry. There we get that final push, over 50 pips now on this trade. Right, what I would recommend now just be a little bit more patient. See 7 minutes for the next 30-minute candle to open. Once we've had a push or seen a continuation from the next 30-minute candle after it's opened, I will then look to put stop loss at entry, making the trade risk-free, taking all risk off of the trade or off of the table. Remember, you don't always want to be having risk on the table, right? Securing profits and being diligent with your risk management is key to being a successful or profitable trader. You don't want to be risking unnecessary capital if you could be securing a little bit of profit instead. Once again, market playing beautifully in our favor. You can secure some partial profit, all annotated on the chart. Once we hit 60 pips, I do recommend taking some profit, which we are well over. That's about 75 pips. Quite a nice quick pop up as expected from the zone. And we are risk free as we secured some partials. Right, with that new 5-minute candle opening now. Even if we do get a retest back up, we do have quite a sniper entry, quite low, and with that strong push of the previous 5 minutes, I do expect a continuation now up towards our target.
South Africa has some of the most complex true crime cases in the world.
Apologies for the ads. Beautiful, clean setup, not much to it, just following basic market structure, guys. Once again, just like yesterday, market moving beautifully into our direction, over 75 pips in our way, or 750 points. The proof is in the pudding. We'll be doing this more and more continuously throughout the year, reading the charts live, showing you guys it is possible to consistently make money off of the charts, and not every trade that you see that goes your way or doesn't go your way, or every setup that you see for that matter, is one that you should necessarily take. And hopefully these streams reiterate that. As you see, we had the trade beautifully moved in our direction. I did not execute, it was not an A1 setup. I do not have the amount of confirmations that I was looking for. However, I did call out the setup for the viewers live today once again. We are risk free and you should have secured 75 pips partial profit for those who are currently watching live. Right, don't be greedy, but enjoy the ride. You don't need to close all your trades as of yet, as we haven't seen a rejection or a reason to. A little bit of a pullback now. Okay, thank you, Jace. Risk management is king. Let's see, either we can get a play off the previous high on the left here, or a wick up into our high, and just a continuation before we pull back a little bit deeper. Patience, ladies and gentlemen, patience pays. Maybe get that reversal up into our highs. Can we break above that? Is volume strong enough? Let's see. It seems to be, with that bottom wick propelling it to the upside. Quite a beautiful pump. Nasdaq currently sitting just over 75 pips in profit from our initial entry. Called out live once again. Seems to be a nice sustained push now. If this candle can close above our higher. Nice bottom wick, that's what I like to see for that continuation. Flip up now, buddy. There we go. There we go. Push. Three, two, one. There we go. Beautiful bottom wick of that little region where we secured some partial profits. For all those in the chat who are watching. Going into 80 pips into profit. Lovely. See if we can get a little 100 pip minimum move to the upside, just a little 90 and 20 pips left, and we'll be at 100 pips, which I think is quite a decent size move. 1,000 points for the day, and then we'll see what the chat is saying. If we do get some active chatters in the chat box, we can continue staying live, or those who want me to look at specific pairs, I'd be happy to do so. Quite a nice push to the upside. As I mentioned, once we close above our daily resistance will be our yellow zone on the left, but I was expecting quite a nice size pump, and we did end up getting it. Some textbook Nasdaq setups, 91 pips currently in a profit. Let me email back at you in the chat. Thanks so much, very nice. Wow, I'm glad you are happy. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, guys. It helps grow the channel and push me to create more content. We will be doing a giveaway at 10,000 subscribers. So tell your mother, grandmother, father, uncle, anyone and everyone to subscribe. Skip this loud music over here. Nipping that 100 pip mark. Seems like the market wants to pull back now just before that 100 pips we were speaking about. I think if we pull back down below this 75 pips line, I would recommend securing your profits for the day, as we could then expect a deeper pullback down closer to our initial entry. Right, that was quite a nice size pump. We just went basically straight up for about 95 pips. So no need to be greedy for those who are currently in this position. No need to be fearful closing your trade early either. Right, learn to read the chart and read the candlesticks. know what they mean, know what a wick means, know what the candlestick body means, the different sizes, what the different patterns or alignment of it is, market structure. Are you trading with the trend? Are you trading during the dominant session of whatever pair you're trading? All these things are stuff I look for when I am on the charts on a daily basis, right? Seem to get that little reversal. You see why I say don't close early? You could see a pump right back up to our highs, and you would have thrown 20 pips away for no reason. And just like that, we are right back up into our highs on the left, getting close to that 100 pip. 100 pips, which I think is quite a nice size trade, whether you're a scalper or day trader. Definitely not swing trader, but that's not what we're looking to do on YouTube on a daily basis. Not swing, right? We're day trading. And you could then just, once we hit this 100 pip mark, if we do, I would suggest moving your stop loss towards where the 75 pip level is, just so you are 75 pips in the profit in case we do pull back down or reverse, and then you just let it ride towards the daily resistance, which is today's target on the left, located at 26,130. Once your position is in and market's playing in your direction, you don't need to be sitting on the charts for hours on end, right? You wait for your confirmations. If you get them, you enter, and then you go about your day. That's the power of trading, right? It's for freedom. You don't want to be sitting here bleeding your eyes out on the charts, having to need glasses like me after 6 years of just staring at the chart all day, trying to figure out what moves the chart up and down. Of course, we do have some money being injected into the market. Over $40 billion being injected into the stock market from the US or the federal government. So the money printers are on. You know what that means, you know. Do seem to be getting a little bit of a rejection here with our highs on the left. Let's just wait and see what this 1 minute candle does. If it's just our last little pullback, if not, you can call it a day. It's forming a little bottom wick, so we could still potentially reverse, however, we are engulfing it to the downside, so let's just give it a few more seconds to play out, otherwise we'll call it a day. I am thinking that this chart could pull back down into our daily resistance annotated on the left earlier, if this 1 minute candle does not reverse now. There we go, and should be out of the trade by now. Nice 75 pip move to the upside today. I don't think that's too bad at all. I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. For those who are new here, my name is Alex. I've been day trading for about 6 years now. I mentor students right across the globe. If you're interested, feel free to look at the link in my subscription. I take a maximum of 10 students a year. I have seven slots open at the moment. So first come, first serve. It's also, of course, an interview that I'll do. We'll contact you after you've filled in the survey in the description or in the link in my profile's bio, And then once my team have reached out to you, we'll schedule a call and see if this is the right fit for you. And if you are planning to take trading seriously, I'll be happy to assist you taking it to the next level. Other than that, I hope everyone else has a lovely and successful, profitable week ahead. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.